Hello everyone, my name is Zard and welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at set 10308. This is the Holiday Main Street from the Winter Village collection, so 2022's Winter Village set. This is a 18 plus set. It has the two buildings, the music store as well as the toy shop, the streetcar, and then the little scenery build and some minifigures to go along with it. I think this is a pretty good Winter Village set. The gingerbread house is still my favorite, but this is for sure one of my favorites and a pretty good one. I like it better than some of the things we got before the gingerbread house. So now I'll take a look at the different sections of this set. So here is the streetcar, and I like this one quite a bit more than I liked the train that released a few years back. That is my least favorite Winter Village set. I just don't really like it at all. I do set it up in my Winter Village, and I think I will this year. But I think for transport of your minifigures, I kind of like this streetcar a bit more. There's advertisements for the two stores, the H. Jolly's music store as well as the Toyful, and that's just Have a Toyful Holiday, and it's Santa's toys and games, so there's advertisements for both. There's wreaths around the streetcar as well as the main street sign. There's space, there's seating for 4 minifigures, but there is a bit more space in there, and there's sort of enough space so that you can add power functions to this set. I don't know entirely how it works. I've never used Lego power functions, but I think there's there's intentionally quite a bit of open space in there, so you could fit that in there like they advertise on the box. I like using these window pieces almost as gates there. The seating is quite nice. The roof can come off to easily put minifigures in there, but with how open this area it's very easy to fit figures in there. Here's the roof. It's quite nice. It just slides on in there and stays in place with these 1x4 plates. Of course, if you tipped it over, it would come off, and I have had it where I've sort of placed it a little bit off, so you sort of need to make sure you actually have it placed properly. The minifigure that is intended with this, and each of these different builds come with its separate instruction manuals, and the minifigure that came with this is the conductor here of the streetcar, I guess you could say. I like that torso print with the little stopwatch or just watch in his pocket. It looks nice, a little tie there. No leg printing, which I think is totally fine with a minifigure like this, where the torso blends in with the legs. I don't think there's leg printing on any of these figures, actually. The hat piece is quite common hat piece, and I think that face print came in the Fossil Ideas set, but I'm not 100% sure. And you could fit that minifigure around in the streetcar, and you have the seating area, and it's very easy to fit some of your minifigures into that seating area there and just have them drive around the main street. And of course you can fit 4 of them in there. They'd be sort of tight side by side, but there's still enough space for the minifigures to have their arms put down to the side, whatever you would like. So overall, I think this is a pretty good build for Winter Village transport. I kind of like this one better than the train. I think it's a cool addition to the set. Before building it, this streetcar as well as the scenery build that I'm gonna show you after this was something I saw as just random filler added to this set, and I would for sure much rather have had these pieces put into the buildings. But as I built it and had the whole thing together, I was quite happy with how it turned out, as I felt like it was a very complete set. I feel like sometimes with the Winter Village sets, you really need to get more than one, whereas this set I think works. You have the transport, you've got a Christmas tree, a bit of scenery, as well as 2 buildings, and I think it really works as a standalone Winter Village set that can also combine with the current Winter Village collection. So this being a Winter Village set, of course there will be a Christmas tree, and here's this year's one. I think it's a pretty decent one. You just have the yellow studs there, which is fine. Stars throughout it, that wand piece used at the top. There's some gifts at the bottom with a bit of snow. I think it's a fine tree build, you know, being that I have so many of these Winter Village sets. I have so many Christmas trees, and I have better ones than this one, but I think having it in this set totally makes sense, and it's a good inclusion. I quite like this clock here in the scenery build. You've got the snow as well as a mailbox with a couple stickers on each side, some fencing there with snow on top of it. And I really, really quite like this clock area with the Main Street sign there. I like having it all around there instead of just one side. I think it's quite nice. You can have this mailbox open down to have some sort of mailman come and pick up the letters, or you can just put the letters into it, and you can do that with this given minifigure. In this set, I quite like that hat piece. There's a letter there. The torso print is fine. There's a couple expressions there, quite happy one, and more of a shocked expression there, I guess, maybe seeing Santa from last year's. That's an interesting thing in this set. I just realized the Santa Claus minifigure isn't included, and I know that's never been something that has to be in a Winter Village set. It's just something I've realized the Santa minifigure isn't in this, but I think you can still get that sleigh as well as the blue house from last year. A couple other minifigures, some shoppers there with some shopping bags. These seem like fine minifigures. I like that hairpiece there. This hairpiece I've seen quite a few times, but the sweaters are alright. There's no leg printing. These are alright figures, good additions to the set to sort of spruce up the shopping scene here. So the next section, I'll just show the builds. So here is the first building. This is Santa's Toys and Games. I think this would be the second time we're getting a toy shop. Actually, might be the third. No, I think that was Santa's like workshop, or but there was a toy shop, and I feel like they've remade that one, so there might actually be 3 toy shops in the Winter Village collection, but it makes sense. So this build here has a dark green, a more medium green, a tan, and a dark red color spree. So a lot more color than the other building, which is mostly just medium nougat, I believe, and dark and light bluish gray, and a bit of red and dark blue, which, saying it, is quite a few colors, but the actual building itself is not a ton of colors. I quite like the dark green accents, the tan you can see on the side there. I really like these pieces. These wreaths look really cool. I really like how these windows are built into it, as well as some smaller windows on top of the doors, as well as the windows. Using these pieces right here are really easy to grab onto as doorknobs. I think they're a lot better than studs. They're a bit bigger, and they really work quite well. There's the sign there, the second floor. You've got some more windows in dark green, which is a really cool piece for those. I quite like that. A little blue bird piece there, another wreath. And up to the roof, you have some snow piled on with some dark red. I really like the detailing here on the roof. I think it looks quite nice. I just realized looking at this now, I actually built that incorrectly, and those cheese slopes should be flipped around and be on the other side. So sorry about that. I like the detailing around the windows here, and overall I quite like the exterior of this building. Moving to the inside, this is the toy shop. So you have some toys in the window, a train and a bunny there, a little table there. I will say the interior, especially of the toy shop here, the upper floor I think is better. There's not all that much going on, but there's also not a ton of space. You've got a little robot, some roller skates, and then a few other gifts there, a cash register with a $100 bill. And right there, that little cylinder piece there, I'm assuming is some paper for the cash register, which is kind of cool. A nice print for the clock piece up there, or that is a print. And then moving to the upper floor here, this is an apartment for the shop owner, I would guess. a bed there, a little carpet, and a smaller Christmas tree. I actually like this smaller Christmas tree than the bigger one that comes in this set. I just think it's a really cool addition into this building. Some gifts at the bottom, a sticker there for a wish list, a lamp, and a mug. You can see the bird right in there. I wish you couldn't see those little tan pieces right there, but overall I think it's pretty good. There is the roof right there on the other side, and the interior and the exterior of this building is pretty good. There's a little bit of studs around it to place some minifigures, but not too much. But overall I think it's a good building in this set. So here is the second building. This is H. Jolly's music store. This one is a bit taller than the first. A medium nougat and gray main like color sprint. I think that's quite nice. The brick finish, I think, exterior finish is nice. I like the arches around the windows, as well as those column pieces. I think look really nice. I guess this would be some sort of like gutter system there, using those candlestick pieces, which are quite nice. I like those pieces. The first floor there, you have a couple instruments in the window, a guitar and a violin, a couple lamps there, a wreath, and the sign for the store. I think that looks nice as well. Another wreath right there, and that red awning there. Nothing really on the side, just a bit of brick, which looks nice. I like the mix of flat bricks as well as the bricks. You've got a blue door there, which I think looks nice, as well as the white header on top of the door. I think is nice as well. The blue window frames there, I quite like that piece. Again, I have some of these pieces from Diagon Alley. I just really like different colored window frames. I think they look quite nice. Some red used there, as well as a couple flags. And I think it's a nice looking second floor. The roof, I think it looks nice. You have some snow piled up there. And I think it's pretty well built. I like the look of it. Moving into the interior, I like this one, especially the ground floor, the main shop area, better than the first one. One piece I wanted to point out was this large window panel piece that is used in this large piece here. I don't think I've ever gotten it before, so it was a really interesting piece to get, and I just hadn't seen it in a set. It probably has existed, I just don't remember seeing it. So this part is, of course, the music store. You've got a set of drums there, some drumsticks in that little bin, a drumstick there, a little keyboard print there, and a sticker for a holiday concert. In this news article here is what I'm assuming is the shop owner, when a younger version of the shop owner, and I believe that would be a saxophone right there. One other thing, I really like that cash register build. It's quite nice. The second floor here is a little seating area, I guess a little small kitchen area. The two cabinets there are nice. You've got the green teapot that really reminds me of Pam's teapot from The Office, and I think that would be a little fridge. The seats are nice, as well as the table with some cookies, a candle, and a couple mugs. One thing that I really like is interconnectivity with Winter Villages and sub-themes as Lego as a whole, so having cool details like in the modular buildings that connect from one year to another. One thing here I really like is that sticker right there. For the gingerbread house. Of course, I mentioned it earlier in this video, my favorite Winter Village set, so it's cool to see that set brought up here, and I like that interconnectivity between the Winter Village sets. So the minifigure that came with this set, I had the two shop owners in the tram from before, and the music shop owner here looks quite nice. I like the face print there, the torso print with the overalls looks, or not overalls, I am completely blanking on it, but it's a nice torso print, no leg printing, but I think it's a pretty good figure. Then I missed it for the other one. Here's the toy shop owner here with a sweater there. This figure's alright, fine Face print, fine. Hairpiece, it's an overall decent minifigure, and that's the last build, so now I'll go to my final thoughts on this set. A few years back, when the train station, the train, and the fire station came out for the Winter Village line, I felt it was really a low point for the Winter Village collection. But ever since the Gingerbread House came out, I think the sets have been really strong, and it's been something I've been really excited for each year. And this Holiday Main Street for sure doesn't disappoint. I really like the buildings. The streetcar is a nice form of transport for the minifigures around a larger winter village. The scenery build with the sign as well as the clock is really nice, and the Christmas tree is a fine addition to this set. And overall, it's a pretty good set. It has decent minifigures. I quite like the builds, and it's a good addition to the Winter Village, and I think it works as a standalone Winter Village set as well.